You were making clear there, Edwin, it's been a pretty packed schedule up until now, and it continues. But within the last hour, we watched the President's motorcade drive at speed down the Mall here to Buckingham Palace, and as you've just said, bid a formal farewell to the Queen. So, to all intents and purposes, that means the state visit side of this tour is pretty much over. Doesn't mean that there's not a lot to do between now and his flight home to Beijing tomorrow afternoon, British time. This afternoon, he will be visiting the Confucius Institute along with the Queen's son, the Duke of York. And then there's one of the more sombre moments of this state visit when he'll visit Inmarsat. Now, Inmarsat is a global satellite communications firm. In fact, Edwin, it is the global communications firm that puts out CCTV news to its 85 million viewers around the world. However, it's also the company that came to world attention when flight MH370 went missing last year and brought to bear its high-tech abilities in the search for the missing plane. I went down to have a look at Inmarsat to see on his visit there what the President would be viewing. Take a look at this report.
It was from here that Inmarsat listened for the last moments of flight MH370 after the plane disappeared from radio and radar communications. The mystery of its fate shortly after takeoff from Malaysia's Kuala Lumpur International Airport never resolved. The President in Beijing was constantly updated on Inmarsat's efforts to track the plane through so-called identification pings.
Those pings, plus a lot of incredible engineering work, allowed us to show the direction of travel of the aircraft, that in fact, amazingly, it flew for more than 7 hours in the direction of Australia. And that was incredible news at the time.
China's relationship with Inmarsat dates back some 3.5 decades. But there are issues of the future that the President will be focusing on while here.
And we have ignition.
A Russian Proton rocket blasts off from Baikonur in Kazakhstan. Its load, a third-generation Global Express platform, which will complete a triangulation of 3 satellites, giving the world its first global network for the delivery of high-speed broadband. The $1.6 billion project means every region on Earth, no matter how remote, will be capable of receiving high-speed computer links, including trains, boats and planes. Particularly important in emergencies, it is also, claims Inmarsat, perfect for China's radical One Belt, One Road trading initiative.
Well, that's the exciting thing about Global Express. It's fully global, it's on the move, and it's 50 megabits per second anywhere to the same device, wherever you take it in the world. It's a fantastic enabler for business and commerce, and therefore a very important component, we believe, in the future export efforts of China.
Among others, China's fishing fleet already uses Inmarsat technology, the hardware for it manufactured in China. Inmarsat executives here will be hoping the visit by Xi Jinping will click on even closer working relations.
So, Edwin, a tale of some tragedy and also some triumph as the Inmarsat, to be visited by the President this afternoon, lays out for the Chinese leader their plans to help with One Belt, One Road.
Yes, there'll be mixed emotions, of course, when President Xi goes there. The Chinese President, Richard, held talks with the British Prime Minister David Cameron yesterday, and now they'll meet again at Cameron's country retreat Chequers. What can we expect from this meeting?
Well, the two men will have a little bit of downtime. Chequers is the official residence of the British Prime Minister, his countryside residence. The atmosphere there will be less formal than it has been of the last couple of days. The agenda, if there is an agenda, because it'll be much more casual talk, and between two men of this nature you would expect it to be talk of global insecurities, global issues and security measures, the rise of violence around the world. So that's the formal agenda. But I understand that the President has made a personal plea to David Cameron, the UK Prime Minister, for a typical English fish and chips supper served up in a typical English pub. And as you'd expect, the British Prime Minister has agreed to do that. And I would imagine for the President, who's had to endure 2 state banquets over the last few days, Edwin, that a little bit of easier food to digest would be very welcome indeed. So fish and chips at Chequers in a nearby pub, it is.